Once again, Football Manager has decided that my managerial career was just not interesting enough. We got through the preseason. We're ready to start the regular year, our second full campaign in the Premier League. We're picked to be a mid-table team. We need to finish as a mid-table team. We look really good. We think we're all set, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, hey, you've got a player with a release clause. Let's trigger that. So we welcome you back to episode number 73 of Bottom to the Top. As always, I am Mr. Cellophane, and we started off saying goodbye to Dare Akande. £43 million release clause. Now, we had gotten an offer during the transfer special for about like $30 million from a German club, and I was like, yeah, no, this isn't going to work. And then all of a sudden, two clubs from Serie A, including Napoli, obviously, made a £43 million bid, which equaled his release clause. We, at that point, attempted to re-sign him to get rid of the release clause. It didn't work. Dare Akande is off to Napoli, our 22-year-old defensive midfield wonder kid. We got him for, I think, $19 million from SRSLY in Portugal. Had him for a couple of years. He made 56 appearances for the club. No goals, I think 4 assists, maybe 5 in his time. I've been talking a lot about how I wasn't 100% completely sold on him. I know I mentioned it at least once or twice over the episodes covering our last season. And now that I think about it, he wasn't very adaptable. Didn't like big matches. He was a perfectionist and yet didn't really do things perfect. There were good things about him. He was a solid player, but good business at the end of the day. And while it does leave us in a little bit of a bind, we're going to be okay, I think. We have Antonio Blanco, who is a stalwart back there. We know he has the experience and can carry through and take over that position with aplomb. We also have Craig Ross, who we brought in on loan 2 years ago from Everton on a permanent transfer last year. The 19-year-old Kim Young-suk in the preseason has looked very, very good as he begins to acclimate to English football. And we can always move Marco Morales back there. So I think we are going to be all right, even though we sold Joe Jones, who could have been a nice, serviceable player in the position as well. We do also still have Josh King. Okay, he's just okay. One of the positions on our team, though, that is a little bit of a question mark still is the striker position. I took out Tom Burford and Federico Guerrero from this depth list because they are slated to start in other positions. But Jurgen Strand-Larsen is still hanging around the club. His £105,000 per week is a bit pricey. He's 31 years old, but he has had himself a decent preseason. Gabriel Amaya, not 100% sure if he's ready to full-time step into that position. Tony Soiree is going to be factoring in every once in a while, but he's primarily being made available for the U21 side. We also still have Andre Lucas Gudjonsson. Zidkika Chandler is hanging around. The 22-year-old just hasn't really developed the way we want him to. Probably going to end up moving him on before the end of the window. He does provide cover, however, at all 3 attacking positions. So he does have a little bit of value to the club right now, but we kind of have the coverage we need. I mean, left wing, Guerrero is going to be getting the start there. Tom Burford maybe occasionally will slide out there. Toshimitsu Endo is also going to factor in quite a bit. We love his personality. We love the fact that he plays so well when he is out for his country. Harvey Vale can play in that position. We also have Jack Harrison, don't forget, who's providing coverage for basically all of these positions here. On the right-hand side, Melvin Costa is our starter. Guerrero is very good out there. He could play over there at times. Maybe a match where Costa needs to come out. We slide Guerrero over to the right side and bring Endo in on the left. We have a ton of options. Shokos, the 18-year-old we signed, I mean, he's here. He's got a tremendous amount of value. He does not expect to play with us this season. If he does, it means we've had issues elsewhere. With Conde moving out, we have about 470,000, 480,000 remaining in our wage budget. Obviously, a transfer budget of nearly 48 million at this point. We do also have 85 million and change in the bank. Now, as you can see from the graph, every year we end up the year with a ton of money. That's when we get our television revenue from the Premier League, and it eventually goes away until the following summer when it comes back up and goes down and comes back and goes down. We are trying very hard to remain fiscally responsible, so we may not be spending that 48 million in this window. It is only the 5th of August. We have just about a month before the window slams shut. Not sure what business we're going to do. We're going to have to see how things start with the season on the pitch with the guys that we have. And looking at our schedule, you can see we had a very busy and very productive preseason. We scored a ton of goals, only gave up 4 in 8 friendly matches. Now, yes, most of this was against competition that is not really at our level. Coventry is a lower league team. Motherwell, while in the Premiership in Scotland, it's the Premiership in Scotland. Our biggest test, though, was our final friendly, a 3-1 victory at home against Real Sociedad, the team that has been predicted to finish 4th in La Liga this year. But our true test begins with our first 2 Premier League matches. We are on the road at Arsenal, taking on the Gunners, a team that we have never beat. Then we have Manchester City at home. It does get a little easier after that as we take on Everton, Sunderland, whoever we get matched up with in the second round of the Carabao Cup, and Burnley before we head to St. James's Park to take on Newcastle in the middle of September. And then we've got Chelsea. So we're going to see. This is going to be a true litmus test this early part of the season. Arsenal, City, Everton, and Sunderland. We have all of those matches, plus the second round of the Carabao Cup before the end of the transfer window. It'll give us plenty of time to assess our squad, see what holes we may still have that may need filling. So it's time to see how the new system shapes up against the big boys. Here's how we're going to line up for Arsenal. It is our season opener, and Shavlina is going to be in goal. Harvey Bale's going to get the start at left back. Alex Guest, recovering from an injury suffered in the preseason. He is not in the squad. It's going to be Melvin Akahomen next to Bichiabu, making his regular season debut. Ivan Fresneda is going to round out our back 4. Based on his form from the preseason, Kim Young-suk is going to get the start as our defensive midfielder. We do have Craig Ross on the bench just in case. Ahead of him will be Marco Morales and Tom Burford. Tom Burford has taken very well to the central midfield position. Our wings are going to be Federico Guerrero and Melvin Costa. Jurgen Strand Larsen to get the start at striker. Gabriel Amaya is on the bench, along with Daniil Denisov, Jack Harrison, Glenn Allen, Jair, Toshimitsu Endo, and the aforementioned Craig Ross. And realizing the bench was one guy short, Jacopo Fazzini is back in, although he may be on the move by the time the month is up. Although now that I think about it, choosing him to be on the bench over Zidkika Chandler could mean something completely different. Maybe Chandler's days at Fulham are numbered. An early yellow card for William Saliba has put Arsenal already on the back foot, a shot apiece in the opening minutes, but all of the play seems to be tilted toward the home team. It's 69% possession so far for Arsenal, but nary a shot on target for either side through the first 20 minutes. So we're going to shout out some additional encouragement to our team early on. Hopefully we can get things going as we enjoy maybe a little bit more of the possession, maybe get a couple of more shots on goal on Aaron Ramsdale and start to test the Arsenal keeper. But 38 minutes have passed. Just a total of 6 shots on goal in the entire match, and we may make it through the first half without a single highlight, which just shows that we are playing very solid defensively. 6 shots on goal for Arsenal in the first 45, none of them on target. We only managed the 2 shots. We need to do a little bit better, only 42% possession. Marco Morales and Harvey Vale each picking up bookings. We're going to ask our team to keep doing well until halftime. And we are not going to make any changes as the first highlight of the match goes our way. Fresneda gets it back from Strand Larsen over for Kim Young-suk. He'll have it swept away by Martin Odegaard, but Young-suk will be able to get it back. Up the left wing, Guerrero, so good with the ball, cutting it inside. Burford, touch pass over from Melvin Costa. He's in, he shoots, and he scores. So the first goal of the regular season is going to go to Melvin Costa. Although they say he may have been offside. Was the flag up? I didn't see that on the side. I thought he was onside, and he was. That was confirmed by VAR. Fulham taking a 1-0 lead over Arsenal at the Emirates. Costa putting it past Ramsdale for the first goal of the season. Hopefully the first goal of many. We want to see him really come out of his shell. He had a decent year last year. We had trouble finding a place for him. We were kind of fluid with our formation. Hopefully, we are going to be a bit more consistent with our shape and with our team selection this year. We don't have to worry about European football. We do have the 2 cup competitions, but we're just expected to be competitive. We're not really expected to go deep, so we could very well be mainly just playing here in the league. Martinelli, his shot's going to ricochet off of the post. Fresneda's going to collect it and send it forward. Costa start the counterattack, moving it up the far side into the middle. Strand Larsen has to come back for it, plays it forward for Morales, who will leave it for Guerrero, moving up that left wing side. Morales back for Guerrero in the box, has it swept away from him. Saliba is going to clear it. Akahomen back to get it, and that is where the attack is going to end, but we will get a throw-in out of it. Vale in for Morales. He's going to play it back. Coming way out of his goal is Shavlina, sending it forward. Guerrero can't knot it down. Vale can't collect it. Morales, though, able to stick it forward for Strand Larsen, but White will recollect for Arsenal. To Saliba. We are in the 67th minute, and Arsenal trying to get it out of their end. Ramsdale for Maldonado. Across for William Saliba. Hopefully trying to find an opening. Odegaard up for Bukayo Saka. He's got a man on him, playing it for Kai Havertz. With a couple of men ahead, he picks out Reyes. Reyes feeding it through. Saka is in, and Bukayo Saka scores the first Arsenal goal. And we knew it was just a matter of time before Arsenal will find their way back into this match. Bukayo Saka able to equalize this at 1 apiece. Kai Havertz for Reyes, but it was really Reyes' pass. The Arsenal striker doing a masterful job picking out Bukayo Saka behind the defensive line for the first goal of the year. We have ticked down to just under 20 minutes remaining to play. Guerrero not having a very good game. We're going to bring in Toshimitsu Endo. I'm trying not to use Jack Harrison too much because if he plays 10 matches, he will get an automatic 1-year extension. Harvey Vale, also a little tired on the yellow card, will make way for Glenn Allen. 2 changes. Let's make that 3. Jurgen Strand Larsen will cede his position to Gabriel Amaya. Amaya making his first appearance of the year. Less than 15 minutes remaining in this match. Arsenal dominating in the shots on goal and possession, but it is still a 1-1 game as Morales will play it back for Akahomen off of the dead ball play. Bichiabu picking out Burford, has Costa along the near side, moving it to his left foot, feeding Burford ahead, running into some traffic along the sideline, back for Bichiabu. Kim Young-suk, Bichiabu once again will just lay it for Shavlina to get things restarted. He is going to send it long. Chasing it down is Morales. He's not going to get there, though. Knotted down by Saliba. Reyes ahead for Florian Wirtz. Wirtz up the sideline. Back pass for White. Wirtz finds Odegaard on the single touch. Reyes is in. I believe he was offside. He missed the target anyway. 82 minutes have been played. If we can hang on to a 1-1 draw, this would be a very successful start of the season for Fulham Football Club. 6 minutes, though, have been added on, and a final third throw-in for Arsenal. The ball finds its way to Florian Wirtz. Maldonado in the middle. Rice chipped over the goalkeeper by Jonathan Reyes. Is he onside, however? They are going to check this. I think he was off. VAR is going to review, but I think Reyes was in an offside position. He was not. In added time, Arsenal finds a way to take the 2-1 lead, and on that highlight, I didn't really see where Reyes was on. Let's see when they draw the lines. They took it off of the... because Declan Rice never got a touch on it. If Declan Rice had gotten that touch, it would have been offsides and the goal wouldn't have counted. Not the greatest offensive showing. Nobody expected us to win the match. We played a very solid 90 minutes and a couple of seconds against Arsenal. But ultimately, it's the Gunners who come out victorious, and Fulham drops our first game of the season, 2-1. Right, so 2 changes for the match against City, 3 if you count one on the bench. We have dropped down Glenn Allen. Alex Guest, coming back from injury, has passed the fitness test. Not really ready to go, but we want to make him available just in case we absolutely need him. Harvey Vale is going to start at the left back next to Akahomen, Bichiabu, and Fresneda. Shevlina, of course, is going to be starting in goal. The other major change, or at least major change number 2 of 3, Craig Ross is coming in the defensive midfield. Kim Young-suk is dropping to the bench. Morales and Burford are going to remain in position. Guerrero had a pretty poor game by his standards, but he is going to be starting once again on the left-hand side. Costa on the right, scoring the lone goal in the last match against Arsenal, and Gabriel Amaya is going to come in as Jurgen Strand-Larsen will start this game from the dugout. Now, we know once again this is not going to be an easy test, so our goal today is just to hold our own and put in a good showing. If we can pull points out of this one, all the better. We come into this match on the live table in 13th place. We don't expect to be there for very long. I think our schedule is going to kind of open up, although our next match is against Everton, and they did win their first match. Popped on goal. That's going to sail high and wide from the set piece. Kobel getting it started. He's got Mika Marmal along the near sideline, looking for Foden, but Fresneda is going to step in front of that one. Fresneda for Costa into the middle. Can't pick out Amaya. Gvardio clears it. Fresneda for Burford. Costa turning back the other way. He's got Tom Burford in. Burford shoots, and Burford scores, beating Kobel. And for the second consecutive match, Fulham, against the team that we are not expected to beat, has taken an early 1-0 lead. That turn from Melvin Costa, exquisite control, picking out Burford, cutting through, and a throw in from the corner spot. Vale can't get it to Amaya. It's cleared away. Ross will pick it up as he carries it deep, losing it to Kudus. Burford, though, steps in front of that one, swept away from Ross, but Vale collects the loose ball. Then he just leaves it for Rooney because Football Manager. Sent forward, Akahomen looking for Vale, but Rooney stepping into that one. At speed, Rooney up the sideline, dropping it back for Andres Santos into the middle. Kudu settling it down, playing it out, looking for his man, but Guerrero picks it up. 2-on-2 developing in the middle for Amaya. Amaya for Burford up the middle, splitting the defense with a shot, and it's going to sail just high. Kobel kind of had that spot covered. I don't know if he would have made the save or not if it was on target, but unfortunately just a bit too strong on the long shot by Tom Burford. Wharton playing it in the middle. Kudus, Rooney in the box, and Rooney Bargy with his first goal of the year. City equalizes 24 minutes in. Lots of back and forth action as the ball sent to the line. Akahomen is there in the midfield. Bichiabu finds Craig Ross, pivots it up to Burford. moving it to the outside. He's taken out Costa, finding a cutting Amaya. Amaya with the shot. Cobell getting his arm on it. Amaya thought he was going to hit pay dirt. It's been a while since he scored, trying to find the back of the net for the first time this year. Vale on the corner. Holland looking to clear it. Akahomen dropping it down. Craig Ross with the daisy cutter for his first goal of the year. I am a tactical genius for starting Craig Ross in this match. Fulham pulling it back ahead 2-1 in the 28th minute. This one coming off of a corner kick. Vale unable to connect along the near post, but Holland can't really get it clear. Akahomen drops it to Ross, who beats Cobell through a sea of bodies in front. Craig Ross, thank you very much for showing up for this match. Ross and Burford are the scorers for Fulham. Rooney Bargy for Man City. Foden with the corner. Gvardiol, that one's going to clatter off of the crossbar before a free kick is awarded as Marmal is found to be offside. 6 shots to 3 in favor of Fulham. We've even enjoyed 52% of the possession, so keep working hard until full time, boys. Let's go. We've got 45 more minutes. Fresneda picking it up in the midfield. Morales, nice long pass for Guerrero. He's got a man on the left wing, but he drops it instead to Akahomen. Ross launching it forward. Guerrero gets under it along the near sideline for Morales at the edge of the box. It's swept away by Santos. Guerrero, though, picking it up. It's going to ricochet off a defender and into the goal for the first goal of the year for Federico Guerrero. He had a very rough match against Arsenal, looking to make up for it here against City. A match we were not expected to win, even though we are the home team. But we find ourselves 2 to the good. It's 3-1, just a minute and 15 seconds or so into this second half. Audrey Santos did a very nice defensive job to get the ball away from Marco Morales. But Guerrero, Johnny on the spot. Costa on the free kick. Akahomen saved on the first attempt by Coble. Gets another shot. His first goal of the year. And now we are running all over Erling Haaland's team. Manchester City trailing in this one 4-1. Melvin Akahomen, first header, couldn't find pay dirt. Second header, much, much luckier on that one. We are just playing very, very well as the ball is turned over once again. Guerrero switches things up to Melvin Costa along the far side, finds Morales in the middle. Guerrero once again with it, moving it to his right foot, pushing it forward. Can he split the defense? He's going to try, he's going to shoot, and he's picking up his second goal of the match, second of the season. 5-1 Fulham, 58 minutes into this contest. I was not expecting this result. We were talking coming into this match, all we need to do is hold our own against Manchester City. Well, we are showing our quality in this match. 5-1 is your score, so we can afford... Well, I kind of want to take Guerrero off and give Endo an opportunity, but he's on a hat trick, and I don't want to tick him off. We will... pull out Tom Burford, make way for Jacopo Fazzini. Fazzini has gotten a number of offers for him. Alex Guest is going to come in as well. I mean, we're kind of risking him. I understand that, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do. We'll also give Melvin Costa a rest. Jack, you know what? Toshimitsu Endo can come in on the right-hand side for now. Jack Harrison, just stay on the bench, son. I appreciate you. Jacopo Fazzini has gotten a number of offers, especially from PSV Eindhoven. They seem very interested in him. Now, the offers have not been great. We picked him up for, I think, £13.5 million way back a couple of years ago when we first thought we were losing Jadon Sancho. I've got to pull Federico Guerrero off. Jack Harrison's going to come in. He'll move to the right-hand side. Endo will flip on over to the left as we make our final change of the match with about 10 minutes left. So it was about $25 million they were offering. We feared he was valued around 45, maybe 50 million. He was obviously upset that we blocked the potential transfer. We explained to him about the money. We came to an agreement that if we sell him for 40 million, it will be fine. So I guess we will make that move if we have to. Fourth goal of the year for Evan Ferguson in just the second match. I guess he got a hat trick. Was he offside, though? This could be coming back. I mean, again, a nice save by Shavlina. The ball popped out. Ferguson, Johnny on the spot, but he was in an offside position, as we will see. Oh, yes, he is quite offside. I mean, not that far offside, but offside enough. So 5-1, I think, is going to be the final score as the final moments tick away. A final free kick. Phil Foden can't hit the target. It's going to skim off of the top of the crossbar. And that is going to do it, my friends. From Craven Cottage, Tom Burford, Craig Ross, Marvin Akahoman with a goal apiece. A pair of tallies for Federico Guerrero in the 47th and 59th minutes. 5-1, your final score. We scored on 5 of our 7 shots on target. Tactic to me, looking pretty good. So taking a look at the league table, and by virtue of our goal difference after a 5-1 drubbing of Manchester City, we sit in 3rd place on the Premier League table. A tough test coming up, though. Everton also in a European place. Yes, it's the very beginning of the season. I know that means nothing, but they come into the match in 5th right now. They have 3 points after winning their first match and a +2 goal difference. We are right now behind Man United and Spurs, who have won both of their first matches. A lot of games still left to be played. We've got Everton and our second round match in the Carabao Cup. That is going to be against League 2 side Turkey. I don't think we need to watch that. My plan is to come back for Newcastle away and Chelsea at home in mid to late September as the summer months wind down. If anything super interesting happens between now and then, we will, of course, bring that to you and come back then. So a much better start to the season than we anticipated when we started recording this episode. Tomorrow, find out how we are doing as we make our way into the month of September. We still have time left in the transfer window. Will there be more moves? We will bring that news to you as well. Make sure you like this video. Please get it out to as many people as possible. Keep helping to support the channel. Subscribe if you have not done so already. I greatly appreciate all the support you've given so far, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Until then, bye-bye.